laments, bound to be unearthed through coincidence, intrigue, and repetition. Repetition, not the kind that stirs rhythm, but the kind that overlaps, overlaps, overlaps. There it happens again. To cover, reappears, serves another meaning. From reducing loudness as in muffled, to matching a portion of other matter as in overlap. I'm not speaking of snow. Snow alone never silenced the sorrow. Intrigue is a word that both encapsulates and erupts. Like jaw, you try it. Jaw. When I open my mouth and say the word jaw, it moves me, and my jaw moves closer to earth. Jaw, jaw. Words that when spoken move themselves closer to earth cause intrigue. Intrigue facilitates coincidence, and coincidence might feel like a sign, a plea for commitment which you don't take lightly. And just like that, the muffled laments came to be nested in my rapt attention. Well, unconfirmed laments could have been a dry account of the week's weather or a feverish flow of sapphic fantasies. Let's say we stick with sorrow. Icelandic would have been an announcement of her deadly jaw tumor. A fitting example of divine justice for the pleasures I derived from wearing necklaces in my youth. Those chains of worldly vanity, how they factored me. So much for my bodily integrity. Or would she have been ironic? Hardly with irony forsaking truth. Write no more than the naked word. History is very modern, and she always says, when it comes to dressing up, it's all about who chooses the outfit. Iceland's hagiographer, a writer of the lives of saints, clothes the naked words and adorns them with spiritual meaning. He treated all his subjects with undue reverence. Agatha.
Oh, you most cruel man! Are you not ashamed to cut off that which you have sucked on yourself? I still have my breast completely whole in my soul, and I shall nourish my understanding entirely with it.
Agatha. Cogent and potent, as recorded by the hagiographer. His subjects now have annual fairs in their names. Names change them. Æthelfrith, Etheldreda, Etheldreda, Audrey, Tawdry, showing cheap and poor of quality. Hagi seems to be losing the plot. Her body exhumed, undecayed, and the deadly jaw, marvelous to relate, had reduced itself to a mere scar. Hagi credits this wonder to her virginity. Cupiditas vanquished by caritas. 2 marriages, 12 years. 12 divided by 2 is 6. 0 sex. No sex with her husband. Not even rape. Of course, she fled at some point with a couple of ladies. Hagi wrote a lot of lives. Imaginative literature. Stylized lives squeezed into rhythmic rules for a recluse. Fact is, textual, sexual violence sounds stranger from memory's mouth. Less lessons to be learned. Lambasted, lyrical, love, lies, loathes, leaps, lets in, lingers, leers, illuminates. List is long for each letter. Letter, dear, why do you not want to remember that I am alone upon this earth and no other brother will visit me? That desperate nun's letter to her brother could be proof. Poof! No such song for a friend has arrived. Maybe that famously difficult to interpret Old English poem with a female speaker provides a glimpse into the genre. Categorized modernly as an elegy, historically as a riddle, and in speculation on the poem's prehistory as a song or a ballad. Well, which is it? We don't know. What we do know is that the chafing of physical confinement will feed your FOMO and make your beak bolder. You'll find yourself irrevocably trapped in the present. None of this nowness nonsense. Involuntarily inhabiting time-space, bound to that one place. Perch in a cell, chained to a church. And remember to maintain your impenetrable fortress against evil intrusions. Don't get raped, closed and enclosed. So ablaze with the bounty of sevenfold grace. A hagiographical hyperbole operates on a physical, spatial, and spiritual level. Fences work in their favor, like necklaces, jaw-dropping displays of slick trickery, tautly bottle frippery, daddy EU, Winileodas, and on no account let them dare to write Winileodas or send them out of the convent. Father, you, how please. Textual travels would have kept the world ajar, writing a space for me and figuratively flying above the fence, spinning the word horde and becoming my own subjects. Leaning into one desire lets you dream of others, dangerous. The ghost birds would have been an announcement on their deadly jaw tumor, except they wouldn't phrase it as divine justice or package it as didactic cultists. Dial painters, robbed of time, don't really have it to explain it wasn't syphilis. Like a medieval manuscript, luminosity was part of the allure. Lip, dip, paint. Lip, dip, paint. Paint, lip, dip, paint, lip, dip, dip, shit, score the workday through an absence of love. Dip, shit, score the workday through an absence of love. Dip, shit, score the workday through an absence of love. Snatched through the jaws of defeat, the power of this most unusual of elements is removal of elements is at your disposal. Thank you.